Guys, it's Mrs. Sharpley, and we're going to talk today about how to play the context clues bump game. Now, the context clues bump game, there are many cards. You only need one card for you and the person you're playing with. And so that way, when you are finished playing with a certain card, like say we're going to play with 4A today, when we're finished, if we had time to play again, we could play the 4B game or the 4C game. So, but you only need one card today. As well as your one card, you need 10 little markers that are one's color for one player, and then you need 10 of another color for your other player. Now, I may not have exactly 10, but I just kind of grabbed a handful. I'm sure I'm close. And then you need 2 dice to play. Okay? Now, the way you're going to play is that the first person who's going to be going first is going to roll their dice. All right, and then you're going to find the sum of your dice, which 3 plus 1 is 4. So then I'm going to go to number 4 on my board, and it says, while cutting an apple, Ian served his thumb. Oh, severed his thumb, not served it. Whew. While cutting an apple, Ian severed his thumb. He had to go to the hospital to get stitches. All right, so now as I'm looking down here, I need to find out what the meaning of the word severed means. And now I know that Ian was cutting an apple, and of course when he's cutting this apple, he's probably using a knife, and he severed his thumb. So he's done something to his thumb with this knife, and I know he had to go to the hospital and get stitches. So I'm going to assume that severed means that it has been cut in some way. And I do have cut as a choice. And so since I am blue, I'm going to cover the word cut. Okay? Now the person that I'm playing with is going to go next. And unfortunately, I'm by myself today, so I don't have someone else playing with me. But the other person is then going to roll their dice. And when they rolled their dice, they got 2 5s, so the sum of that is 10. So they go to answer number 10. And it says, during the terrible earthquake, many people perished. The president reported the death toll was over 50,000 people. All right, so there is a terrible earthquake, and a bunch of people have perished. And I need to figure out what the meaning of the word perished is. But I do know that the president reported that the death toll was over 50,000 people. So the death toll is going to kind of be my teller that perished possibly means to die, which is a choice. So I'm going to, then the person that I'm playing with would then cover the word die with their marker. Now I'm going to go ahead and roll. And when I rolled, I actually got a 4 and a 6, which the sum of 4 and 6, I'm adding them together, would be 10. And so I got the same thing as my partner just got, which is during the terrible earthquake, many people perished. The president reported that the death toll was over 50,000 people. So I can then bump the person I'm playing with off of that square. Okay? Now the next time and then you guys are going to continue playing back and forth. If I were to, for example, get another answer that goes with cut, I can then put a second piece on my square for cut. And then at that point, when there are 2 pieces in one box, then it is locked and you cannot get bumped off of it. So if my person were to get cut, then they basically lose their turn because they can't go in that space. It is locked. But if they were to get die, then they could still bump me because there's only one. All right? And you are going to keep playing until you are have used all of your pieces, and whoever has the most squares wins the game. All right? Have a good one, guys.